This may or may not get on YouTube, or it may not get on hers, but I want you people to realize, and I did not realize this until, may I introduce a woman who needs no introduction? I mean, if you haven't seen her before, you just haven't been here. But she has powers and talents that most women would die for. They don't even know what's going on. This woman can do things that I have never heard any other woman do. Now, I have to share this with you because because there's been a time past that one of her old boyfriends has the ability to come into her life without coming through the physical door or anything like that. Now see, I don't have that ability. She has the ability to say, well, okay, come on in, you know, let's talk. And me, I could knock on the door all night, you know, if I had to, and just go away, get the hell out of here. But no, this morning she's let me know that her old boyfriend, which will rename, we won't call him Jack or anything like that, right? But anyway, she was having a, all right, we'll call him Dick, what the hell? So anyway, she was telling me that he came and visited her last night. And I said, were you dreaming? She said, no, he just came on right on in. So, see, I don't have that clairvoyant, whatever that ability that you have to read other people's minds. Now, you've told me you had that for a long time. Now, see, I've never known a woman, I've never known a guy that could read other people's minds. I've seen them advertised, you know, put your palm out, you know, come on over, money in one palm and read your palm. But she can read minds. Now, obviously, all I can tell you is that I am impressed. I have never seen talent like this before. And it's just been obviously 79 years of nobody's recognized this talent. Now, I think everybody should recognize it. I have recognized it. I want the world to recognize it. She is working on what is commonly known as her memoirs, and then she's also decided that she is going to be, which I have no qualms about, a top-level pro-life activist in the United States, and if that works out, the world. Now, this is what she told me this morning, and she'll fill in the details, that she has the ability to, like the shadow, cloud men's minds, you know, to make them believe whatever they want to believe.
Uh-oh.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you just tell me or tell the world what you said this morning, because I think it is so fantastic that the world needs to know about it. So I'm going to, from right now, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, I must say that this other man was close to death. You didn't do that. So he was in a coma for 3 days, and I think during those 3 days he was helped to transform to spirit, and so his spirit became extra strong when he came out of the coma. This happens a lot, you know, with the spirit gifts. You have a near-death experience, you transform. I've had several near-death experiences, which I
You
probably...
had one this morning and you don't even know it, do you?
Which helped me to be able to pick up the spirit. Because I'd almost transformed into one.
I know.
You didn't say that I also have the ability to receive
you did not
spirits
remind me that.
visits from the hereafter, or the other world. They can come in, I can feel them from time to time. I've had these visits, I'm what is known as a medium. He doesn't recognize. He hasn't known any mediums before.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I prefer medium rare rather than just a plain old medium. You know.
Well, he can't see through those glasses. He doesn't want
I
to
can
see
see through these
them.
glasses. I can see everything through these glasses.
Well, he doesn't want to see in the spirit. You know, he doesn't even believe in the spirit. So I don't know how in the world he could receive a spirit visit. He wouldn't even see them. They could come and knock on him, ask to see him, and I can't see anything. He's blind. He's deliberately blind. He doesn't want to see them. Is my contention.
No, I'd like to see them. I really would. If just one, and just talking about somebody that comes through your door, I just want just one time. That's all I need. One time. And then I would say, whoa, that's interesting.
Well, what I concluded after I left here and had this talk with him is there's a lot of very confused people, schizophrenic in their beliefs. They went along with pro-choice. He told me this morning he was pro-choice. He told me an activist who's associated with him for 5 years, made a lot of videos on this subject, but he continues to tell me that he's pro-choice and that he believes in a woman's right to take the life of her child. And he said,
did not say that.
What you told me this morning?
I said
that
it's a woman's decision.
Oh,
a man
well,
should not make that
that's
decision
a right.
for a woman.
That's a right, and that's what legalized abortion is all about, is if the woman decides she wants to abort the child, then she can do it. And it used to be illegal 38 years ago, but now it's legal. So I decided that, you know, there's a lot of people in the world, in this country, that have been confused. They have bought the idea of pro-choice, but when they see a picture of a child aborted in third trimester, that child...
And what did you do?
I put one of those pictures on my blog. I'd never put one quite that graphic before, but it's what a third trimester legal abortion is all about. A child that could live on the outside.
And now this guy comes through and tells you you were at war.
Well,
don't forget the war thing. You told me you were at
pro-life
war.
activist movement told me this. Live people talking pro-life
You told me
movement.
that what's his name came through and told
Well,
me that
yeah,
war.
he read in my blog all about it. I was reporting on the attempt of a pro-life activist in Kansas to charge Planned Parenthood with felonies and criminal actions because he subpoenaed the records of Dr. Tiller's, where he operated and did third trimester abortions, and found out that he did not, he defied the restrictions on third trimester abortions. He was supposed to document every one of these abortions, and he didn't do it. And a pro-life governor and officials looked the other way. So he's now charging them.
Governor?
Well, yes, pro-life governor, or not, pro-choice governor. And
See, folks, I have to help her along here because
Yeah,
the psychic reasoning sometimes has a tendency to go different.
Well, so here he is now, and the Planned Parenthood, the biggest abortion provider actually in the world, is going to try to smash this man, and what they're trying to do is say that a pro-life attorney cannot have anything to do with charging a legal an abortion provider. This would be a conflict of, of beliefs, and so they're trying to make pro-life illegal.
Well, no,
Like racketeers.
Wait
This is what the webcast said.
You
like
read it.
racketeering, gangsterism. It should be illegal. Pro-life people should be regarded
This
like
is a fork and they know how to
gangsters,
use it.
racketeers. They're breaking the law because the law So here's what you're coming up against. You're coming up against the abortion providers saying, we are on the side of law. And law is right. Whether it's wrong or not, it's still right as long as it's on the books, as long as it's legal.
There's a piece of convoluted logic.
Well, here we are. Well, we're all a bunch of convoluted schizophrenic people in this country trying to figure out
I am not schizophrenic, and neither am I.
Yeah, right. So here you are. I come down here. I make these videos. I say I was against legalized abortion from the start. I said this is not going to work. It's going against the law. Thou shalt not kill. How can you kill a child and then on the other hand say you can't kill to all the other crimes? You can't have laws on the book that contradict one another, but what they got around it, they're saying somehow or another the child was not alive. It couldn't survive outside, it couldn't take care of itself. It wasn't even developed. It has to stay inside the womb. So it's not really considered a human being.
So you are at war now, right?
Yeah.
You're at war.
And so it's the technicality of what this fetus is. Well, the pro-life believes that as soon as life begins, there's the right to life, because there's no way to say all the child is in the early stages. It has to go through those stages in order to grow. So legalized abortion to me has got a faulty premise that this is not life, but that's how the justification for the law. And of course the pro-life movement is to restrict this law as much as possible, and then overturn it.
I appreciate your point of view, but I think this morning you told me at least a half a dozen times, I have no convictions, I have no convictions. Well, actually, I do have a conviction. The conviction is I think women should have the right to their own life. Now, getting back to
they have a right to take life.
We're getting off the clairvoyance.
No.
The ability that you can walk through walls.
For you to have that kind of belief is confused, muddy. It's the very same state of mind that people had when they accepted this law, the reasoning that they used. And so I don't have many choice but to live in a world where a lot of people are confused about this, and they're not really terribly bad people, but they've been told that this is this and that, and they have a tendency not to trust their own judgment, but to go along with what and people who for some reason or another want to command people's minds. And this guy, he's inebriated all the time, so how could he possibly resist a faulty premise?
Oh, come on. Just because
that's what I think.
Just because some woman asked me what did I think about Roe versus Wade, and I said, I don't know, when are they fighting?
See, he thinks that's funny, and it's actually
hey, wait a minute, women have said that before I did.
He is offensive because he is so behind the times, so ignorant, so and I don't know how he gets that way. He just doesn't think. And so here I have to consider every day, whether I can continue to hang out with him even though he lets me make my videos. And if he says too much on my videos, I tell him, shut up.
I know. People have seen you hit me on your videos before.
Well, I tell him to shut up.
You have no qualms about hitting people.
Oh, well, I didn't hurt him. Or I wouldn't be here.
You hurt me deeply.
Yeah, see?
Hurt me deeply.
See, look at him.
You let a guy come into your dream world and tell you things that I can't tell you because
no, all he did is I'll support him, but he has too much baggage. That's why he had to live in the
Your problem is, I perceive it to be with this guy, is it's unrequited love, and I told you that.
Yeah, but I couldn't. He was a terrible alcoholic,
him.
much worse than you. Well, I was in a coma. He was in a coma from alcohol. And this guy has not got to the coma stage yet.
I'm working at it, all right. Just give me a break. I'll get there.
Well, okay, I'm through now. I'm going to go to the store. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. So.
Now, wait a minute. You got to do two more things first. you have to apologize to me for
I'm
making,
not
saying that I do
apologizing.
not have convictions.
Oh, well, you heard him yourself. Do you think he's got convictions that mean anything?
No, I don't.
I'm
I
sorry.
might have been arrested once or twice, but I do not have been convicted. I swear to
His
God, I
brain has been very clouded.
Maybe once on that, you know.
He never lets his
Child
brain
mol-
go very long.
Child molestation one time, you know.
Clear before he logs it up again. He clouds it with substance.
Well, I don't have the ability to have a psychic ability to figure out what other people are thinking like you do.
Oh, the only time you can have that is when you're sober.
I see.
Convinced of that. Otherwise, you're just going to be confused. I'm sorry, but I have to leave. I cannot go on any longer.
Okay.
It's against my principles. That's all.
Well, you don't have any
can
convictions.
finish that.
That's your problem.
I'm going to go get some lunch.
Oh, bring it back.
You want me to stop here?
Well, bring some back. See, she has convictions about food. I have convictions about drinking. You know, everybody's got their convictions.